I tell all of you to pick one PD array, because ultimately, whether you learn all of them or not, your trading is going to hinge on predominantly one of them. That's just the way it is. I mean, human nature, that's just the way it is. It doesn't mean that you can't use the other PD arrays in your trades, but you're gonna draw more action, more trades from one PD array, one specific thing that I'm teaching you. You're going to gravitate to that more than anything else, because it's going to be like your paintbrush of choice. Like, you know, Bob Ross, you know, he had several brushes there when he was painting, but most of the time he used that fan brush and that fine bristled one, and then he would use the big broad one when he had to add the shit in the sky and spread it around. So most of his show was 3 paintbrushes, but he had a whole shitload of them next to him. Now think about that. He had a specific set of colors that he started with. He wasn't thinking, let me describe this one too. No, he had already in his mind, he had his model. He knew what he was looking for. He wanted that blank canvas to show what he had in his mind, or with the picture, which you didn't many times see on the offside. He was actually painting a picture off camera. And the whole time he's talking to you, he's teaching you how to trust the process. And you hear him, he sounds like he's 8 fucking, funny brownies, you know what I mean? Like he's literally calm, cool, chill with his fucking afro, sitting up there, hippied out. Look at all this. This is really, I'm going to just paint a little happy tree right here. Oh, there's no mistakes. This is, everything's great. Everything's real nice. But everything in the beginning starts with a certain number of colors. Nothing else but them. And at the end, you're like, what the fuck? Where did this come from? The first few minutes of him painting on that canvas, your mind's buzzing, trying to figure out, what is he doing? Like, what the hell is that? That's where you're at in your trading right now. That's where you're at. And I'm trying to be the Bob Ross to you and quietly and calmly remind you that everything you're doing, if you submit to the process, you will get the results that you're looking for. And everybody else, when they look at you in the beginning, they're going to be thinking the same thing. What the hell is he doing? What is she doing? Listen to this guy. He's talking too much shit. Doesn't this guy trade with a demo? He's trying to teach people how to make money. Why are you listening to this guy? It won't make sense to other people. It won't feel comfortable for you because you want encouragement. A weak mind needs outward encouragement. You don't have a weak mind. You have a mind that is not experienced yet. So it's normal for you to doubt yourself. It's normal for you to feel like you don't have it all together. And what if you can't do it? That's normal. That's normal thoughts. But just change the terms there. What if you do far fucking better than you ever thought you could? What happens if you get it sooner than you thought it was going to be? What happens when you can start doing things that you never could fucking afford or imagine you could have afforded? When you walk into a store, you're not looking at price tags. You don't give a shit what that receipt said, how much it just took out of your bank account, because you know more's coming in. What if you don't have those problems that you have right now, and they're replaced with things to do that are enriching to your life and other people that you know? That's how you should be doing this. You treat all of your adversities. Oh, but ICT, you don't know. I'm in a nation right now that's poor. I have made people in Africa fucking rich. Okay? Rich. There's no fucking excuse for you. You're not going to tell me a valid excuse that will absolutely solidify your failure. It ain't going to happen. There's no more excuses. So there's no reason for you to be pussyfooting around saying, but this is what I'm afraid of. So, I'm just going to let it lord over me and I'm never going to be successful. And I have a perfect excuse why I never got there, because this bad thing that just keeps coming up in my mind, or this thing that I keep repeating over and over again and never really made an effort to overcome it with proper replacement. That's not coping skills. Coping skills are beneficial for things like anxiety. I've taught that, and they're valid. But in trading, You don't want to be coping with anything. You want to replace negative, unsuccessful characteristics. You want to prune them, remove them like a fucking cancer, cut them out of you. And yes, it hurts. Yes, after it happens and you remove it from yourself, you don't feel like, oh, did I do the right thing? You're hurting. Just like any other wound would be if you went to have surgery, have something surgically removed from your ass. That's normal. But some of you are thinking, yeah, that small little period of growing after the painful departure from doing these things and thinking this way, that's enough for me to not want to do it. I'm comfortable with this adversity. We're good friends. It's normal. I know my routine every day. I think about these things negatively all the time. It's normal for me to feel these constant doubts. I can't imagine a world where I'm not doing that. You don't realize it, but that's exactly what your subconscious is telling you. Don't make any changes because change is scary. It's probably going to take a whole lot more effort to make these changes. And you've convinced yourself through self-talk, either internally or outwardly, that you either deserve what you're going through, putting yourself through, or why bother because it's probably going to be a failure to make an attempt to change it. So you hold and hug and embrace and have a relationship, a destructive, abusive relationship with these adversities, instead of saying, you're cancerous, motherfucker. You got to go. You can't live with me anymore. You got to go. Today's fucking moving day. Pack your shit. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not coping with you no more. You don't exist. You're not formidable enough to fucking stop me. You're not holding me fucking back. Get the fuck out of my fucking way. That's the mindset. Not just in trading, in everything. In everything. Adversities are always going to be there in anything you do. How you deal with them, how you think about them, how you give them power and authority over you. That's the deciding factor, whether you succeed or fail in overcoming them. But you can't hide from them. You can't pretend they don't exist. You fucking identify them, point them out and say, your ass is out of here, motherfucker. You don't get to stay here no more. You attack it. Your mind's a battlefield. It's constantly at war. As soon as you turn on those charts, you have now stepped on the battlefield.